Joyce, taking a look at your macro shots here. Wow, this is stunning. Just as I'm looking at the thumbnails here, what a nice variety of shots that you got here. And just that little collage of images right here, fantastic. This is this nice little black and white flower shot here, a calla lily. Very nice. Let's see if we can get into that. Okay, and the photo details here. Okay. All right, so Nikon D300S, 125th of a second, f6 for your aperture, ISO 3200, fantastic. And you also bumped it up to a +1 EV because of the brightness of the flower there, and then it looks like you converted it to black and white. So beautiful, beautiful shot. Love everything that you did over here in terms of your exposure and everything. Using your exposure compensation, using that fast ISO in dim light to be able to give you enough of a 125th of a second to hand hold that. That turned out beautiful. Really a terrific shot. This also being a very nice shot. Using a longer lens, that's great. That is really nice. Using a longer lens to be able to get in tight on a subject like that. And so really nice that some of those zooms will allow you to zoom in and focus very close, as it did right here. And so your ISO at 200 and also a +1 EV here, so that's good. Another beautiful shot, in terms of the texture and the design and the pattern. Really very nice. And also being able to use that longer lens to get your picture. And I love the fact that you shot at 3200. And then also to compensate so that you have an aperture of f14 to be able to get a much more expanded depth of field. Very well done. Terrific job. Okay, this is also very nice, very interesting stained glass of some sort. And also using the telephoto and bumping it up to 1600 with a +1 EV so that the light behind the stained glass here doesn't get too dark. So that worked out really very, very well. And a 200th of a second. That's you did everything perfect on this. Great job. Interesting shot. Okay, always, whenever you do a grouping like this, is always real interesting. Love that you shot a 3200 ISO here, and added that +1. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful, and nice that the colors of the I guess those are pears, kind of match or echo the colors on the plate. Very nicely done. And this is beautiful. In terms of I don't know if these are peacock feathers or whatever, but you have kind of a nice. Let's see what you got here. ISO 3200, perfect. And then in this one, taking the exposure value down a little bit to keep the colors nice and vibrant. So that worked out really well. 15th of a second. I know that had to be a little bit tough to hand hold. Because especially since you were shooting at with your 270, at the far end of your zoom there. So, but wow, everything really comes together really beautiful. And also nice that you've got the basically kind of complementary colors here, kind of these nice kind of warmish golden colors complementing the blue there. So also a nice combination of all the details that you used to be able to get this shot. It's well done, very nicely done. Also here 3200 to be able to allow you to photograph this at a fast enough shutter speed really works out great. Little -1 there to keep the colors vibrant. That works out perfect. Great job. And also here, this is a nice taking a look at something very everyday kind of thing in a different way. worked out really well. Okay, let me jump back to your assignment here. Okay, and also I love the fact that you're shooting at the 3200, and in this case right here, you're shooting an aperture at f11 so that you've got a more expanded depth of field here. So really well done. Really shows me that you're really thinking about when you're shooting the pictures. Do you really want to have a wider depth of field, or do you want to have a shallow one? And also that you're giving yourself enough room, enough headroom in terms of shooting at a higher ISO, because you know that you're still going to get really good quality with your camera, and to be able to hand hold something like that. So very nicely done. Okay, in a case like this, the dog must have been in relatively low light, because you've got your zoom zoomed out here, 270, and then your ISO's at 3200, all bumped all the way up there, and your shutter speed here a fifth of a second. So and even despite the fact that you did a -1 or a +1, did a +1. Yeah, to bring out a little bit brighter here on the dog's face. So, but anyway, so very nicely done. And if you hand held that, great job, because that is a tough shot to hand hold. And then finally here, this one right here, I love the fact that you give yourself some negative space in some of these shots, especially in this kind of like black negative space. And then, despite the fact that you've got the black negative space, your exposures of your subjects have been coming out really, really nice. And in this case here, also ISO 3200, 30th of a second, zoomed all the way out and boy, that zoom is really doing a nice job for you in terms of getting in nice and close. So excellent, excellent work. Beautifully done. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much.